Good morning, students. Today we will discuss the topic demographic profile during the British rule. Student, you should know about demographic profile first. What is the meaning of demographic profile? Demographic profiles mean the population strategy, you can say population changes in the economy. Demographic condition during the British rule exhibited all features of a stagnant and backward economy. We focus on the following parameters of demographic profile: birth rate and death rate. What is the birth rate? Birth rate means how many infants are birth in total population and how many people got death in the total population. That is called death rate. Birth rate and death rate, these were very high, nearly 48 and 40 per thousand. High birth rate and high death rate, it suggests a state of massive poverty in the country because there is no certainty about the death of a person. So both are high, that is death rate and the birth rate. It is called birth rate and death rate ratio. Second is infant mortality rate. Infant mortality rate, death rate of children below the age of 1 year per thousand live birth, it was very high. मीन्स जो इन्फेंट्स थे, जो पैदा होते थे, उनका जो सर्टेनिटी थी लाइफ की, दैट वाज वेरी लो. इट वाज अबाउट 218 पर थाउजेंड. 1000 बच्चों में से सिर्फ 218 बच्चे थे जो कि बच पाते थे, जो अपनी ज़िंदगी जी पाते थे. वाइल एट प्रेजेंट इट इज़ 32 per thousand. High infant mortality rate, it is a sign of poor health care association with the extreme poverty. And due to this, because there are no certainty about the life of an infant, there are more and more children in the family at that time, and high infant mortality, it is a sign of poor health care association. Means कि health care की जो हमारे यहाँ situation थी, that was very poor. लाइफ एक्सपेक्टेंसी मीन्स एवरेज लाइफ ऑफ ए पर्सन, जीवन जीने की जो उम्मीद थी, लाइफ एक्सपेक्टेंसी जिसको आप बोलते हैं, वो एवरेज लाइफ यानी कि एक व्यक्ति कितने साल तक जिंदा रह सकता है. इट वाज कॉल्ड लाइफ एक्सपेक्टेंसी. इट वाज लो एज 32 ईयर्स, वाइल प्रेजेंटली इट इज़ 69.4 ईयर. एंड लाइफ expectancy, it was low. It reflects the lack of healthcare facilities. When there is low life expectancy, it shows that there are poor healthcare facility in a country, lack of awareness about the health as well as lack of means to avail them. Healthcare facilities, these are in high cost, you can say, cannot avail a person who is poor, so there is life expectancy was low. And fourth one, that is literary rate, means referring to those people who can read and write, was nearly 16%. Only 16% people in the population, they were literate, reflecting social backwardness. And automatically when the people, they are not literate, there will be social backwardness and reflection of the economic backwardness also. Female literacy rate, it was still worse. Only 7% फीमेल वाज लिटरेट. सिर्फ 7% जो फीमेल थी, जो गर्ल्स थी, वो उस वक्त अपनी एजुकेशन को पूरा कर पाती थी. दिस इंडिकेटेड द जेंडर बायस्ड इन द इकोनॉमी. और इस तरह से यू कैन से मेल एंड फीमेल दोनों के अंदर एक तरह का भेदभावपूर्ण रवैया उस वक्त पाया जाता था. High mortality rate and low life expectancy, these are important social indicator of the backwardness and poverty of the masses. During the British rule, frequent famine and recurring epidemics were the prime causes behind a high mortality rate. While famines occurred largely due to drought, epidemic occurred due to the neglect of public health services. Students, you can see this demographic profile of the India during the British rule. Main of these are that there was high mortality rate and low life expectancy. मृत्यु दर ज़्यादा होना, जीवन जीने की आशंसा वो कम होना, और इसका कारण बैकवर्डनेस थी हमारी इकोनॉमी के अंदर. लोग बहुत ज़्यादा गरीब थे. सेकंड जो हम स्टडी करें, फ्रीक्वेंट फेमाइन्स, अकाल जब आता है तो खाद्यान्न फूड ग्रेन की कमी हो जाती है, रिकरिंग एपिडेमिक, बार बार बड़ी बड़ी महामारियाँ जिनका हेल्थ केयर फैसिलिटीज़ ना होने की वजह से लाखों लोग उसके भेंट चढ़ जाते थे, मर जाते थे। इस बात द प्राइम काज बिहाइंड द हाई मोर्टेलिटी रेट, यानी कि जीवन जीने की जो उम्मीद थी वो भी कम थी, लोग मरते भी ज़्यादा थे और बर्थ रेट भी इसका कंट्रोल नहीं थी। वाइल फेमेंस अकर्ड, और जब अकाल आते थे या फिर सूखा पड़ जाता था या फिर महामारी आ जाती थी, उनकी वजह से जो पब्लिक हेल्थ सर्विसेज थी वो हमारी काफ़ी नेगलेक्ट थी, और उनकी नेग्लिजेंसी यानी कि लोगों को अवेयरनेस नहीं थी अपनी हेल्थ के बारे में, अपनी बीमारियों का इलाज करने के बारे में, और यही कारण था कि हमारे यहाँ हाई मोर्टेलिटी रेट रहती थी और लो लाइफ एक्सपेक्टेंसी रहती थी। लिटरेसी रेट था, लिटरेसी रेट रेफरिंग टू दोज हु कैन रीड एंड राइट वाज नियरली 16%, एंड it caused also the male and female education. There was a big, you can say, gap between them, and these are the fourth point: birth rate and death rate, infant mortality rate, life expectancy, and literacy rate. Now we come to the point that is demographic transition. Demographic transition means change. Demographic profile we have studied, but transition mean how this profile change. That is called demographic transition. In Indian economy, in Indian history, 1921 it was regarded as the year of great divide, as the year of great divide. हिंदी में आप इसको बोलते हैं विभाजन का वर्ष। यानी कि 1921 से पहले जो हमारी पॉपुलेशन थी वो एक कंसिस्टेंसी में थी, लेकिन 1921 के बाद उस पॉपुलेशन की कंसिस्टेंसी जो थी वो ख़त्म हो गई थी। प्रायर टू 1921 पॉपुलेशन ग्रोथ इन इंडिया इट वाज नेवर कंसिस्टेंट, साइज ऑफ पॉपुलेशन केप्ट फ्लक्चुएटिंग, इंक्रीजिंग इन वन सेंसस एंड डिक्रीजिंग इन द अदर्स। कंसिस्टेंसी मीन्स birth rate was high, death rate was high. Sometime birth rate is high, then population increases, but after that epidemics or other problem creates and the death rate is high. So there is fluctuation, but fluctuation not in the manner that the population is increasing. There was a you can say minor increasing, but there was a major decrease in the population. So we can say that there is no heavy increase in the population. We will study it that prior to 1921 population growth in India it was never consistent. Size of population kept fluctuating, increasing in 1001 showed a decline in 0.04 crore in total population, and census 1911 it shows a rise in 1.38 crore, and again the census of 1921 show a decline in the population. From the year 1921 onward, total population in India never declined, so it was called a great division year. It showed a consistent rise, and nowadays you can say that India population is increasing day by day. The census 1931 recorded a rise in 2.76 crore, census 1941 3.96, and 1951 4.24 crore. Population census in India is a detailed estimation. What is the population census? It is a detailed estimation of the population size along with the complete demographic profile of the country. It was first conducted under the British rule in 1881. You can say India population was counted by the Britishers in 1881. Since then, it is conducted after every 10 years. Census means every 10 years. A consistently rising population led to excessive burden of the maintenance investment. You can say that to cope with the population, a country have to take many resources, burden of maintenance on the country, and it is an expenditure which a country has to incur on the maintenance of the existing population. You can say even the minimum requirement of people, food, clothes, and the house. When the maintenance investment is high, growth oriented investment remains low. You can say if the people are not getting even 2-time meals and cloth and you can say for residents, how we can move from these basic facilities to the infrastructure facilities of a country, for the investment of a country, how we can think about the investment oriented expenditure by a country. अगर हम ये समझते हैं कि हमारे देश की पॉपुलेशन, हमारे देश की जनसंख्या इतनी ज़्यादा है कि यहाँ के लोगों को 2 वक्त की रोटी खाने के लिए नहीं मिल रही है, पहनने के लिए कपड़ा नहीं है, रहने के लिए घर नहीं है, तो ऐसे देश की व्यवस्था में हम अपने जो निवेश पर आधारित बड़े बड़े उद्योगों की बात करते हैं या स्मॉल स्केल इंडस्ट्रीज़ की भी बात करते हैं, तो वो हम किस तरह का एक्सपेंडिचर उसके ऊपर कर सकते हैं, जबकि लोगों की बेसिक यानी कि मूलभूत आवश्यकता ही हम पूरा नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. High maintenance and low growth oriented investment on the eve of independence, it is another feature of the Indian economy, and that was the main feature of Indian economy at the time of independence, that to the backwardness and stagnation when there was no growth oriented investment in the economy. Underlying fact is that till 1951, the rise in Indian population was never alarming. It ranged between mild to modest. थोड़ी बहुत चेंज हमारा हुआ था till 1951. But after 1951, the rise in population became explosive in nature, and it is also in the modern time, or you can say in 2020, that our population is increasing in an alarming way. The country started facing a serious challenge in terms of the population explosion. And now, friends, we will come to the next point, that is occupational structure on the eve of independence. You all know that Indian economy has been described in 3 different sectors of the economy. Primary sector, that is related with agriculture and agriculture labor, forestry and mining. Secondary sector, small and large scale industries, building and construction. And third one is tertiary sector, that is trade and transport and banking, you can say other communication services also. And agriculture, the principal source of occupation in the Indian agriculture. On the eve of independence, about 72.7